right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahaqadash, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, shalom, barakathum. And this is just a lesson through the spirit, just to land back on a kind of a topic we spoke about this past week. At camp, I had the honor of being able to be down with the New Orleans brothers this past week. And we went into those times where the wisdom is going to withdraw itself, into the secret chamber. You read 2 Ezra 5, the 5th chapter, all right, Ezekiel 7, all right, how the law is going to perish from the priests. We're going to be off of these streets pretty soon, and more the inspiration to cause me to do this lesson today is because, we see vocab on a tear. I say a tear, but he's just being a groupie again, to try to get some attention because, when everything dries out, whether it's vocab or Sarnetta, they always come back to the whole Hebrew Israelite, what they call a movement. But movements really are of men. This is more than a movement. But he's back out there on the highways, yelling about reincarnation and who's this and who's that and who's this. They're gonna continue to persecute us, bro. Like these people, it might look like they just talking shit now, and they are, but their accusations are gonna get more dangerous. Okay, they're gonna have teeth because Esau is gonna be the teeth behind them. Okay, he's waiting for a reason to get us off of those street corners because he cannot deal with the truth. He can't reconcile the truth because if the truth comes out, everyone's gonna know that he's the problem of the earth, which they do really already know that. But the Lord is gonna increase things and prophecies are gonna unfold to the point to where it ain't gonna be no denying it, okay? And the Lord is so thorough, you're gonna know who the true men were. By when it's all said and done, you're gonna know who the real men of the Lord are, and you're gonna know who the devil is. Okay, if it should be obvious now, it's obvious to most people, okay, or to I would say most brothers that are in the truth, and even to a lot of people as well. But the Lord is gonna continue to expose and expose and expose this guy, and then it's gonna get dangerous, man. The scriptures say, in the latter time that some would depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Okay, and they're gonna fall away, man. And men that fall away, they never just leave. Okay, they always have some kind of chip on their shoulder. They're always gonna be bitter. All right. The same thing with your family members. They envious of the thing that you're able to do. You're able to, put your hand to do a mighty work for the Lord, that as a sacrifice without having to get nothing in return. And most people don't have the ability to do that. Okay, they're envious of the ability to be able to do something without getting an immediate reward for it, and they scoff at you, man. They don't respect what we do. And so even people, like I visited my family this past weekend, they're all done, man. They're all through. Okay, they're gone, man. They're facing judgment right now, getting jacked up, and they just can't pull out of it, man. So they're gonna see you as the problem. Vocab is gonna be the face of it, but every brother individually are gonna have some kind of trial or tribulation to overcome or to go through. So you gotta really meditate on these things, as you go in and week out and do this work, man. This thing the pressure's gonna build up, and so when the pressure builds up, like in 1 Corinthians 13, or is it 1 Corinthians 3 and 13? One of the two. It speaks about what manner of a man is made out of, man. It speaks about that. It's going to be revealed through that pressure or the fire. Okay, that refining period is going to be painful, but it's going to be necessary to reveal who's who. Okay, just like in Mortal Kombat, that movie, they go through things where it's almost like a life or death scenario. It scares the hell out of them, but they overcome and their power kicks in. Okay, their special abilities kick in. You see, and that's what's gonna happen to the men of the Lord, man. Okay, we're gonna get we're gonna get spiritual powers on this side, or the Lord is gonna have angels intercede for us, man. Okay, He's gonna have them, you know, basically lift up that standard. Okay, miracles are gonna be done. All right, and when that happens, Esau's really gonna roll. You know, so you know, keep these things in mind. Okay, when you see this activity, you know, vocab popping back up again. Okay, don't be surprised if you see more bug outs. Other camps trying to blitz us. When the charagma, the mark of the beast, becomes completely obvious, which it should be now, but when it comes completely obvious, like Esau is on television telling you is here, watch how these camps try to come up and scoff. They're either gonna scoff, or they're gonna try to humble down, or they're gonna try to act like they knew the whole time. Okay, this shit's gonna get weird, man. So prepare your minds, get back in the habit of studying. You know, understand what you're a part of. Don't just believe things just to believe things. Really vet this thing, man. You know, clean your spiritual house, your mind, man. You know, purge any leaven that you got in you out of there. You know, anything you kind of don't really understand, or you kind of understand it, dig into it, man. Get into this thing. You know, you're gonna need everything that you can get, so you're convinced in your mind, because really it's just your faith that's gonna be the delivery mechanism. Okay, like Yahweh said to the woman that was healed, He said, your faith made you whole. Okay, He said, your faith made you whole. So be convinced in this thing, because more demons are gonna be popping up, man, like vocab and other characters, man. Okay, you know, the CIA and whatever agents that they got, that's on the way. You know, so I just want to do that quick lesson before I hop in here. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call for Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai B'Hashem L'Chakwadah Shalom. Kwam Yashua.